So we've covered a lot of information about how to use Facebook and how to set up your account, navigate the entire site, and how to do the various activities that Facebook was meant to do. As a physician, there's a lot of things with Facebook that you can utilize for your advantage to talk with the community at large, but there's also a lot of drawbacks also for privacy issues and making sure that there's no HIPAA violations in talking with people online. So to recap some of the things that we talked about in this tutorial, we talked about how to sign up for an account and basic navigation of how the public-facing profile and the back end, your newsfeed, how they operate. We went over how to make friends and how to post updates and statuses. We went over account settings and privacy settings to show you how you can change your posts and your updates and the entire privacy of your account so that you can make it only for friends, for public, or for custom settings as well. We talked about how to create business pages, which are great ways to connect with the community at large, with the public, as an entity instead of just your own personal page. This is the preferred way that I've seen many other physicians create online personas, is to create a business page for their direct primary care services, for their practice, or part of their hospital setting. That way you are disseminating information and sharing knowledge and resources as an entity out to the public. We also talked about groups, which are important subsections of how Facebook works. Groups are great because you can have many people talking about the same topic and contributing to the subject at large. We talked about how messaging works, how to send private one-to-one messages to people that you know, and also to friend request people. Messaging also shows you how the history of your messages are set up, and how we even talked about the chat features also work. Events and event pages, we showed you how you can set up an event page and how you're able to get people to talk about an event prior to the event and then after the event as well. We went over notifications and how they show up and let you know how things are happening at the moment online. We talked about the mobile settings and how you can access Facebook through text messaging services through your smartphone. And at the very end, we also talked about how to delete your various sections of Facebook, your groups, your business pages, and even how to deactivate and permanently delete your own personal Facebook page. So we covered a lot of information in all these videos on Facebook, but there still is so much more. There's more advanced tips and tricks and techniques. We didn't even talk about the analytics on this page. Analytics are something that vastly opens the door for Facebook as you're thinking about marketing in a lot of respect, because Facebook does have a place for business. So we talked about a lot of different things, and we hope that this tutorial on Facebook allows you enough knowledge to just get your hands dirty and figure out how you want to be able to use Facebook. So to recap, we talked about personal pages, which are probably best used for keeping in touch with friends, families, and friends and family and colleagues, but is not good for patients. You do not want to connect with patients on Facebook from your personal page. And the best thing for them to do is to maybe like your business page and follow the information you have there. But any sort of information where they want to talk to you directly should really be directed to more professional settings, like calling into your practice, scheduling a visit. Privacy settings can be changed so that you can hide information, posts, whatever, on an individual level or on a global level of your profile, so that you don't have to share everything out. Facebook does want you to provide a lot of information because its idea is that you want to be able to connect with people from various parts of your life. So adding your high school, your college, your places of business that you've worked at, your hometown, the current city you live in. Information like that is great because you can find local people, people that you have been friends with in the past, and be able to connect with them. But you don't have to put that information in. You don't have to list any of that information. You can just start your own Facebook page for personal reasons and just connect with your own friends and family and colleagues, and then that's it. You can use it solely for that purpose alone. And it is a great tool to connect with friends and family in that respect. If you have friends and family all over the country, all over the world, it's a great way to send messages and be a little bit more interactive than just email. But with that said, privacy settings on high protocol still assume that others can see your posts, your videos, your photos. I just talked about how great the privacy settings were, but at the same time, nothing is ever completely private. There is no 100% guarantees on anything in life. So for privacy settings, still maintain some best practices of what kind of information you want to post on Facebook. So photos, checking into different locations, videos, assume that somehow along the way someone can eventually see those. So just use good judgment on what things you want to post to your personal page. The preferred method of speaking to the public at large is by far the business pages. Creating a business page for your professional services as a physician is the best way to communicate with your community, because you can share information out to the community that benefits everybody, not just individuals. You can share information about general health tips and practices that a lot of people can find very useful. You start to get into gray areas when you mention, oh, here's a certain health tip because we have X amount of patients in this area that have X amount, X, Y, and Z disorder. You don't want to do that, because then you're starting to get into gray areas with HIPAA, and if it's a gray area with HIPAA, it's probably bad. So don't talk about any specifics at all. You don't want to de-identify everything, and you don't even want to mention your community in any way, shape, or form in that light. You want to share information that anybody can use, be it your own community or across the world. Just good practices that anyone can take away from. And that way, people can contact you through your page and maybe even give you tips about things. So that's where the interaction comes with the business pages. Maybe you forgot something and you wanted to put something out and someone reminded you and you're like, hey, that's great, I want to share that. Business pages allow you to connect with other area businesses and large health organizations that share your same professional outlook. So if you are a family practice and you're part of a larger health organization, a larger hospital system, and they have a Facebook page, you want to connect with them and share information from them as well. You also want to connect with area businesses and other industries, because on Facebook you're basically creating a digital community for your area. People who live in your town, your city, and on your street will be able to find that you like another business that's on their street and be like, hey, that's great because we're supporting each other in a local area. So we're coming to the end here with how Facebook and healthcare and how they work together. Some of the stuff I already spoke about. Prevention is key. Sharing knowledge and tips that can prevent health issues with your community is good sense. So sharing that information that anyone can benefit from is a great way to make posts and interact with people through your Facebook business page. Being a part of your community. As a physician, you are part of your community's well-being. If you take part in community events, share photos and updates that show that you and your practice are more than just healthcare professionals, that you're people. This is so important because people want to be connected and know that other people care about what's going on in their lives. That's the whole reason why social media is as big as it is. So if you are a physician and your practice participates in an event around town that is just fun and people can get behind, take some photos, share some status updates with that, and let people know that you as a physician are part of the community, that you are not just a physician, you are not just any level provider, you are actually part of the community, you're a person. And the last thing is just promote general well-being. Small things like positive posts make a really big impact in others' lives. I've seen some physicians who post quotes from famous people that, authors, directors, actors, stuff like that, that is kind of kitschy, but at the same time, if it makes someone feel good, you're actually doing your job as a physician because you are helping to promote wellness. So think of it that way. Again, think like a publisher, speak like a friend. That's probably your best mantra to have as you go on your journey with using Facebook for healthcare. But take a look at some of our other videos and let us know what you think about Facebook. You can join Facebook and send us a message. We're at Pennsylvania Academy of Family Physicians. And you can also join us on all of our other social media outlets, which we'll talk about in our other videos.